Hello everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your reading, your weekly reading. This reading will go from the 26th of January through to the 2nd of February and will be for the sign of Aries. Aries, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Please remember that the readings are general. They are not personal. They do not resonate with everyone, so take what you need and leave the rest. And cross watchers, sometimes the messages will be about you. I am using the Cosmic Tarot here, and I think that's all I've got to say. So let's get into your reading. Aries. Okay, very excitable energy here, Aries. Something's going on. Okay, so I have the Three of Swords coming out first. Now, the Three of Swords talks about heartbreak. It talks about pain. So you could have been recently separated from someone, but sometimes this energy will come up when we think we've got past the pain, because the pain is still like residing within us and it's still affecting how we move forward. So sometimes you can be hurt way in the past but still carry this baggage with you going forward. For some of you, this is something standing in the way of your marriage here. So for some of you, you may have had some sort of interference in your relationship. Oh, wow. You could have had, yeah, you're moving away from something here. Okay, because you're going at it single here. For some of you here, you've walked away from a situation that's caused you pain. It could have been a fairly serious situation too. But I'm looking at this thinking, was this you that strayed, or was it the other person who strayed? Because somebody is walking away from a relationship because something else got in the way. Could have been someone chose to move into another relationship, had a fling, something along those lines. Okay, Four of Pentacles coming out first. Now, the Four of Pentacles is a card that talks about hanging on to things. It can be hanging on to money, but it can also be hanging on to fixed ideas or outdated modalities, things that you believe are true that are not necessarily true, but you're living your life by. Ace of Pentacles coming out here. So the Ace of Pentacles is beautiful. This is a new stable start. You're letting go of something here in order to move forward. Perhaps you felt that your relationship was going to last forever. Perhaps you thought this situation you were in was going to be a forever one, but it's not. You're moving forward here. There seems to have been something that's happened where you've deliberately made a decision to walk away from someone here. Something painful's happened and it's like you've given up the fight and just moving forward. You could have been in something that was very sort of desolate and barren. So you could have been in a relationship that was not rewarding at all, and now you're moving forward. Now, this still could be to do with a work situation or to do with a family situation. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love. But whatever this is, you're moving away from it because it bore no more fruit. It was dry. It was done. And you're having a brand new sort of run at something now. Okay, we do have the Justice card here. So this is really good because this is something that needed to be done. I feel that perhaps you've put a lot of energy into something that wasn't bringing you back what you were putting in. And there was a whole feeling of this being out of whack here. You could have been dealing with a Libra as well. But the situation was just not going anywhere. It was stuck. And you may have been hanging on to it thinking it was going to go somewhere and it wasn't. So there's been some healing done here. And I feel that you still have trust and you still have faith that the universe is going to take you in the right direction. But in order to do that, you've got to clear the slate clean and you've got to have a brand new start. So you have to let this past energy go. Because if it sits around you like this Three of Swords, you're not going to be able to move forward. This is keeping you in place here. So moving forward here with the Star. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles coming out here. So you could have been dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. And we do have the card of the Emperor coming out here, which is your card, Aries. I feel like you started something here that looked like it was going in the right direction. I feel that you really felt there was something here for you. But somebody's let go of this. It just wasn't working at all. There seems to be this sort of feeling that the whole thing was just an empty thing. But you've learned something from this because we have the Justice card here. Interesting. Well, let's keep going. So there's a new start here with the Fool. And we do have the King of Pentacles. So I do have the King and the Queen of Pentacles here, which is quite interesting. And I do have the Princess of Swords. You're still keeping your eye on someone here, though. What happened here? Let me just go. I might have to put some more cards on this. I feel there's some sort of heartbreak here. Some sort of issue or problem that you've moved on from, that you thought perhaps was going to bring something in here, and you've had to let go of it. I feel that you're making a brand new start. Looks like money's flowing to you quite nicely. Things are starting to go in the right direction. But I think in order to do that, you had to move away from something that was not producing results. Now, when I see the Justice card, I think there was some lesson in this for you. And there seems to be some healing around this. So I feel strongly that you've walked away from somebody who was very significant in your life because it wasn't going anywhere, but maybe wasn't meant to. Maybe there was a lesson here for you to learn about yourself. Because there is a brand new start here. And this actually could be someone new coming in for you. And maybe without this prior experience, you wouldn't have learned what you've been doing in this in the previous situation in order to take those lessons with you into the next. Now, you have a King and Queen of Pentacles here, which says to me it's very possible the next person you meet will be a soulmate or someone you're meant to be with. This card here, the Princess of Swords, could mean you meet them through online dating or through an internet website. But there's definitely someone new coming in for you after a situation where you've left things behind. Yeah, someone's had to walk away from something. It was right. It was the right thing to do because we do have the Wheel of Fortune here. So whatever this was that you moved away from, Aries, had to happen in order for you to move towards the right person. Something just did not pan out at all. And now you're going back towards the person that you were supposed to have been with. Interesting. Okay, so you are between worlds at the moment, which makes a whole lot of sense here. Between worlds talks about being between, obviously, one world and the next, and waiting to move into the next one. So this is about transitions, not quite being out of one situation, which I can see here. There's still a bit of heartbreak, and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness and no man's land. Between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place between what was and what will be is a state of making and unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect, which is pretty much what's happening here. When you are between the worlds, you're invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. So something in this previous situation has put seeds down for the future. And even though it didn't work out, that was the way it was meant to be in order for you to see what's coming next. So you've learned lessons from the past that you can now take into the future. And you're taking this beautiful leap of faith with this Fool card. Have a wonderful week, Aries.